Hello and welcome to the audio commentary of Hugo the Little Astronaut. My name is Simon Jeffrey, I'm the creator of this, and I'm joined today by Edward Frizzell.
Hello.
And he's going to help keep this commentary going and not become a wreck of silence and awkwardness.
Tell me, Simon, why did you make this film?
Oh, awkward silence. I had just done the title sequence for your marvellous piece of work,
Thank you.
The Big Rivalry, and I developed sort of a taste for it over that week that took, and went home and thought I might try and make a short little animation to see if I can do a sort of narrative type thing.
And this is the result.
Yeah, sort of a year and a bit later. Sort of underestimated the time it would take, but I'm pleased with how it turned out.
One of the things that confused me, not in a bad way, it just leaves it open ended.
Go on.
Is Hugo a baby or just a little man?
No, this is a question I've been asked many times by you, and I've had to formulate an answer because I always knew. It's just I'm not sure how clear it came across. But Hugo is, I'd say, a young adult.
Yeah.
In that he is aboard the ship in a working capacity. You know, he has a job, and he's not someone's child on the ship. He's working there, and he just happens to be sort of short of stature and possibly slightly emotionally stunted. But he's a man of few words.
What's the audio track playing there?
The audio track, I believe, is a song by some friends of ours in a band called the Doyles.
Oh, yes.
The track, I believe, is Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, okay.
Which sounds a bit like you, actually.
That'd be weird. I do have to say, the press to stop button looks very realistic. It's quite pleasing.
Well, this was like all the way through. It was juggling because this was sort of aimed in the back of my head with kind of kids in mind, and although this was the future, I wanted to keep those elements recognisable. They have to be instantly recognisable so that people know what they are. So I didn't want to go all out and have this kind of weird, hover touch screen bus stopping system where you have to wave your hand at an electrode. I was like, no, I'll make it look like a bus because people will immediately know what that button does now. The little statue model thing you saw behind Hugo of the spaceship was actually the original design of the spaceship before I redesigned it. It was slightly too small to have a tram inside it, I realised.
So you're now throwing a spanner in the works.
Yep. Turn the character's life on its head.
I can remember having a lot of fun dubbing the various people.
Not all of them made the cut, though. Some of them are sort of hidden quite low for embarrassment's sake. But yes, we kind of created a montage of panic.
Look at that little runt down there. That's
one. Yes. Look at that runt not doing anything. Talking about Hugo standing in the door. So the idea here, in case it's not clear, is because he's had a bit of a bad day and he's missed his flight to his holiday. He's decided to kind of man up and.
Has he taken the attitude of if you want something done, do it yourself?
Yeah, he's kind of like, you know what, I'm going to go down there and fix this. He may be immediately regretting it, but he's down there now.
What was it like doing kind of first person?
Well, I remember the shot. It was a cold day, and no, this was actually that was your vocal expertise. No, this shot was actually the easiest way to get the character across the room in as few shots. I just walk him across it. Otherwise, I've had to create maybe 3 or 4 separate shots.
Yes.
So what seemed to be like a complex route was
actually... So really you're already economising on
Well, be fair. This whole thing was an epic undertaking for one person to do.
It's good that I like how there's almost photorealistic textures in there, like that caterpillar tread there.
The design actually and the complexity of the animation kind of progressed as it went along. So some of the earlier shots I actually went back and redid because I kind of overtook them in terms of how advanced I was making it. Originally it was going to be much more simplified, very simple shapes, and Hugo was barely humanoid he had kind of a square head and 2 eyes, and that was it. And I was like, I'll make him more human, and then
I always think he looks a bit like an ant there.
he does in a way. Oh, and that's number one rule. Well, not number one, but rule of script writing: put your character in some kind of danger,
peril.
Yeah. I was taking these steps very literally because I was talking in vaguely broad terms in such a short space of time, so I have to make each step of the way quite clearly defined.
Yes.
So put him in danger. Well, I'll hang him over a treacherous pit, because originally this was an added sequence just to beef up the.
Which is amazing to think it wasn't there originally.
No, the film would have ended by now if it was what I'd originally planned.
Yeah.
He literally crawled along the passage, shut the emergency hatch, and that was it.
Oh.
All this creeping over this and the kind of.
But the film's over now because he's dead.
Well, that actually was the last shot I did for a long time.
Oh, he's not dead!
Months later, I went back and carried on doing the animation with this shot. So for a long time, he was dead.
He was dead.
And I showed it to various people doing the sounds for it and saying, and that's the end. And they're like, you can't leave it there. So that was part of the the influence to keep going. Hanging over the edge of a plinth.
Are they USB ports on the right?
Yeah. For if you want to put a keyboard in there and input manual data. I had this all figured out. What he's doing is he switches it to manual to release the ejection lever, and then he has to eject the coolant cycle disc, which is what he's doing now. But when he pulls the coolant cycle disc out, there's no coolant in the reactor.
Right.
See, it's coolant cycle interrupted. But he's got to do that before he ejects.
It's getting hot, yeah.
So he's only got a short time now before it overheats to eject it. But what he doesn't count on is that the lever is actually built for someone much stronger than him. And if you're wondering why he went across this rather conveniently precarious plank to get there.
Oh my god! In
the background of one of the shots, you see behind it, the other side, is a big door that's blocked by a fallen girder. So normally people would go through the door. They wouldn't have to go through, but that was the only way because the access was blocked.
So you're the voice of Hugo, aren't you? How did you record that?
I did it in one take. I just had the silent version of the movie on a portable video device, and basically sat under the igloo recording the dialogue, and just did it in one go, like kind of matching it as I saw it. Who's your inspiration for this character at the end? This character is called Captain Roger, and he's based on Sir Roger Moore.
Faces detected.
That was one of the alternative dialogue takes. I like this end sequence. It's
very good. It's a shame there aren't robots that just take pictures, really. Make our job a lot easier.
Yeah. It still has a massive SLR lens on it.
Now that transition was just like something out of Star Wars.
Go on. What?
2 moons, suns, no?
It's my favourite shot. Fittingly the last shot, but I love that robot and the umbrella. I want one of those
surprised
robots.
You didn't record the sound as that.
I was tempted.
And that's it. Hugo's mission complete. And he got what he wanted.
He did, which was the holiday he was meant to be going on
How long is the holiday?
to Alpha Victoria,
3 weeks?
named after Victoria.
The Queen?
Yes. The holiday, as long as he wants.
Oh, okay.
Probably not much to do on the island. Anyway. On that
There
note.
you go, there we go. It was very good. Thank you very much
Thank you for keeping me talking.
for bringing me in to watch your lovely little film. Not little in a belittling way, I just...
It's
just
ending now.
Yes, well, bye.
God bless. Don't believe in God. Shit.
Amen.
Bye.
See ya. Are you happy with
I
that?
have no idea what I said.